Okay everybody, here's my second video. First one addressed the chicken coop. This one's going to address the chicken run. I'll try to make it about 5 minutes, so that way you don't have to sit here and listen to me talk too much. When we started out, I had some turkey wire, which is this large opening wire here. It was left over from 1939 when my aunt built this house. So I figured let's try to use that. It worked great for about 9 months till a raccoon climbed in and ended up killing a couple of the chickens. So then I put this cyclone fence, again because I just happened to have it, the bottom 4 feet. That worked great for another 6 months until raccoons climbed up that tree over there you see with the flashing on it, got on top, climbed down through the turkey wire, and killed about 6 chicks that I had in there. So after that I decided to put chicken wire over the entire run. Right now I have 6 adult chickens in here. You can see the run's primarily, the structure is just fence posts, which I had on hand, and after the snow the chicken wire is sagging on the top a little bit. But after that initial couple tries, I decided cover everything with chicken wire. We buried the chicken wire down about 1.5 feet into the ground, put some crushed glass at the base of the trench to prevent any predators from digging underneath the wire. So far I haven't had any predators try to dig underneath, just climb through. After I established the coop, we found that they didn't have anything to perch on, so I did construct a little perch, which they love, absolutely love. They'll sit there and wait for us to come home and then call to us when we pull in the driveway. I initially started out with a little metal gate from a fence, which I found out was not big enough at all. So I constructed a new door and opening with pressure treated lumber and put some slate down at the bottom there that just prevents the grass from growing up and binding the door. So that was a little late addition. I do have a 4x4 as a threshold. It just helps to close the door nice and snugly. We have a self-adjusting hinge and then another hasp down here. My girls sometimes go in and check on the chickens and forget to shut the door all the way, so the hasp just keeps them from leaving it open. And then definitely on the inside you want to have a way to let yourself out, because you don't want to lock yourself in. You can see inside, here's the coop. I do have a door that drops down. I don't typically shut that door since they're protected very well, but on really cold and windy nights in the winter I will let that down just to keep them from freezing. All around the outside I have some larger stones, or I initially put some larger stones because the chickens love to dig around the outside of the fence. That just became a pain in the butt because every time I come in here to till it, which I just did today just to promote aeration, the stones become a problem. So I wouldn't recommend that. You can see that metal box. That was my first attempt at a feeding box. It was salvaged from an old farm. Didn't work so well, so switched over to this type of feeder. That works great. I won't fill it all the way, but I'll put about halfway in there, and that'll keep my girls happy for 3-4 days. I also have this bucket. It's a 4-gallon bucket that I bought some poultry nipples for. You can see them hanging down there. That works excellent. Obviously in the winter time it doesn't work so great. We have this plastic tub or rubber tub, which we give them fresh water a couple times a day. That's easy to bend and break the ice out of, the rubber tub. But in the warm weather we use this 4-gallon bucket with the poultry nipples. That will keep for at least a couple weeks. We check on it very frequently, make sure the water is fresh, but you definitely don't have to worry about them kicking dirt or poop or anything else in the water, making it dirty like they do here. So the water stays fresh for a really long time. I did have some leftover rubber, so as I walk in here you can see it creates a little area where they can stay out of the weather. It does help to keep the rain and snow out, a little bit of rubber. And I also have the roof up here, which you can see over top the coop. Initially I didn't have that. That helps again just to keep the chickens dry, gives them a place to get out of the weather a little bit, but more importantly it prevents the food from getting soaking wet. Even so, during a hard rain, I definitely have to come out here and make sure that the chicken food isn't sopping up all the water and molding. So, but it does definitely help. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the coop. Again, I look forward to posting a few more videos, and I welcome any questions that you guys have. Thanks.